He thought you were stubborn like him.
The worst day of my life. Right. It was laugh after laugh.
What do you tell the story?
Oh.
When she tells the story,
yes.
This woman said, Marlee is deaf. And her father said, no, she's just stubborn. That's exactly what she says.
When I'm looking at your deafness, I'm actually looking at a little bit more of a gradual process. It's odd. But there is also, interestingly, there was a susceptibility when you were a child, but you had a susceptibility to an infection or some form of an illness. And this is something that affects the immune system. It almost looks like we just have like a condition that a child deals with. However, I see this ultimately somehow affecting one's ability to hear. And it's kind of strange in the way that it comes across. I don't know if physiologically, if there are any explanations, or if it is just a coincidence.
But it kind of makes sense because
one family member said that I had a fever, and that as a result of the plane flight from Chicago to California is when I became deaf, when we arrived in California. And then my grandmother had a neighbor, or best friend actually, who was babysitting. And after they all came home from dinner, they said, she's deaf. He said, no, she's just stubborn. And then, of course, the rest.
Right, that makes sense, because it almost looks like this corresponds with like a fever, or like, again, like a childhood illness.
And I can accept that.
You want me to tell you what it was? The worst day of my life to date, beyond the passing of my father, was the burial of my father. And in the Jewish religion, you go back to the house and you have a service.
Right.
And you sit Shiva. And you know who I am, I'm a germaphobe. A friend of my father, somebody that I did know. And he was like tearing, and I was tearing, and he goes, this is such a terrible thing, but I just wanted to say. And right in the middle of a sentence, he rushes. He goes, I gotta go. And he runs out. And as he runs out, I think that he drops a candy or something. And I said, oh, you dropped it. And he just kept running.
Right.
And so I picked up the candy to try to get him, but he had gone.
Right.
And, but it wasn't a candy.
Oh, no.
And he had a stomach disorder.
Gotcha.
And I picked up, and I thought it was a candy, and I went, oh my God, and I screamed.
No.
Like a little, yes, there was, it was poop.
Right.
And my mom screamed, and we're screaming, and she takes me into the bathroom, and she scalds my hand. You know, I won't shake hands, and now I have poop of a mourner on my hand, and she's pouring like alcohol, and I'm screaming, I'm going, help me, help me. And the people in the living room are just going, oh, this family is just in such pain for this loss. They have no idea that we're both just screaming because there's poop on my hand. But the worst day of my life, it was laugh after ridiculous laugh. And these are not stories that I have shared publicly.
Right.
Now I have.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Seeing a woman, like literally, like doing this. I don't know what this is all about, but it's like, I don't know.
I do.
Okay, interesting.
Wow.
What does that mean?
I have a photograph framed of my grandmother with friends, and they're all doing that.
That's just her way of validating.
Wow.
She's with you.
That's my favorite photo. I want to say she's in her cheerleading uniform with her cheerleading friends. Yeah, but it's the greatest photo of all time.
Right. It's hilarious. It was so random because I was seeing it. I was like, I don't know how to word this. I'm just gonna have to show you.
It's gonna dance for me.
But that's how it happens.
That blew my mind because I have the photo. It's in my house. I got it framed. I definitely felt like I was with her today. But then again, I always feel close to her. So that's why it was even cooler to come here and for him to put it into words, because I definitely always feel her presence. It's wild.
And this person is also having me bring forward your success. This is sweet. Oh. It's always some for a trophy, which is always like success. It's funny, she's showing me the little, like I'm saying like, what is this? I'm seeing puppets in the words thing.
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
There's,
and it's, what is this?
So my grandmother had this chest in her house and with a bunch of toys. It was like a cloth, like, I don't know if it was a duck or a pig, but I would always play with it.
She's bringing me to that time in your life, and she already felt like you were gonna be something special, even back then. There's something even about you at that younger age that she was able to identify as being.
I think yeah.
You know, she kind of believed in you even maybe before you believed in yourself.
She definitely did. Yeah.